I am at Kilbrennan Lake outside of Yuck, Montana. And it's very beautiful. And the drive up here was scary because there was logger trucks, another truck that was flying. No one expected anyone else, myself included. And then, chaos when you see someone else. So I was scared and I honestly thought about turning around. But it's really beautiful. I'm the only one up here. And I'm a little bit scared of that too because grizzly bears. And they're only supposed to be out until October, but I just saw a bear like 2.5 weeks ago. So, but I'm not gonna let it stop me. I'm gonna walk over to the lake. I'm gonna have some din-din over on that table there and maybe start a fire. But first, as always, I'm gonna make some tea. Hey, it's ready. You wanna do a quote? Let's see which ones I got here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, this is a good one. The purpose of life is to know yourself and love yourself and trust yourself and be yourself. Just be yourself, they say. That's not always so easy. I guess we'll talk about that up here. Because being myself and fear have been hand in hand my whole life. Not anymore. I don't know how I figured it out. But I did, and maybe I could help you figure it out. Who knows? As long as a bear doesn't eat me again today, they won't get me. I have this spray. Bear spray, hair spray, or bear spray. Imagine mixing those two up. It is so quiet. It's just a tad nippy. So I throw my overshirt. Feel better now. I don't drink anymore, but this is a full bag of wine. Imagine if that's how I went off the wagon. Here you go. They say leave it better than you found it. I've never had the opportunity to leave it better than I found it, except for leaving a little part of my heart there. But I'm leaving this a little better than I found it. I don't know what to do with this. I haven't seen a trash can. I will take it with me if I have to. But if there's a dumpster, I'm gonna put it there. I think we might have to have a little fire tonight. And now my hands feel dirty. They don't feel dirty if I touch dirt, but they feel dirty if I touch human stuff. And if only I had something. Wait a minute. Ah. I have hand sanitizer. Look at that. And it's not the tequila kind either. Yeah. Nice and clean. You wanna go check out the lake? Let's go walk over there. Maybe I can gather a little bit more wood too. When you're alone in the woods, especially at night, when you're hiking at night, every single sound is something deadly. It's like you hear a squirrel and you think it's a freaking mountain lion. Look at this. Ooh. Typically I'd jump in. This one's not that cold. I feel like if it was freezing cold, I'd feel more compelled, like, all right, I have to do it. It's a challenge. But I'm just on the mood right now. I'll probably jump in tomorrow, most likely. It's so quiet and peaceful, just the rustling of the leaves. we're going to talk about being yourself. It's difficult to talk to someone about being themselves because I don't know what it's like to be anyone else but me. So I'll talk about me learning how to be myself and the hurdles and roadblocks and speed bumps I hit along the way, because there are plenty. It's just how it is. So I'll start with what happened today. I was nervous about going into the middle of nowhere, which is where I am, and then I was nervous about going further into the middle of nowhere, so I thought, I'll go to one of these campgrounds kind of near town and that'll be just fine. But that's not what I want to do. I want to go out into the middle of nowhere, partially because I'm afraid of it. That's part of the reason. I'm afraid. I want to be out here, but I'm also afraid to come out here. And what I have to employ in order to do that is this thing called courage. Courage is acting with bravery in the face of fear, or something like that. That's the gist. So now let's get back to how to be ourselves. It takes courage. The number one thing. It takes courage. Now, how did I get here? Well, it starts with self-acceptance. I had to accept myself for who I was and where I was. This doesn't mean that I have to resign to being in the place that I was. It means that I just have to accept it. Okay, this is where I am. And then I can improve from there if I want to, because there are things that can improve. You can improve your vocabulary and your intelligence and knowledge and your spirituality, or so on and so forth. And there's always room to improve. In fact, we should always strive to be better, but we have to always accept where we are and not look at someone who's already successful in what we're trying to do and either think we're a failure or think that we have to try to be like them. Because someone that I view as successful is successful for a variety of reasons. They've gone through a whole bunch of different struggles, had a bunch of different experiences, and they've arrived at where they are. I can't fake that. At least I can't fake it for long. And I might be able to trick a few people, but I am the one who has to deal with that alone at night. And that's when I was unhappy. When I was trying to be something that I wasn't. I was trying to fit into all these little boxes that I just didn't fit into. So self-acceptance, number one. Accept where you are, and you could have your sights set on where you want to go. That's totally fine. But we need to start accepting where we are. And then we can move from there. So I realized that I had accepted myself over the last few years only, and I felt good about myself, but I felt like I had to continually explain myself to other people. I had to tell them why I was the way I was and justify my existence. But I didn't have to do that. But there's another layer to this self-acceptance thing, or the next step that I recently learned is learn to let yourself be accepted. I felt like I had to continually prove to people that I was who I said I was and explain why I was the way I say I am. It's pretty windy right now. Hush. And maybe at that point I hadn't fully accepted myself because I was trying to explain it to other people. Maybe I was just trying to explain it to myself, which is probably the case. So either they're one and the same or they go hand in hand. But to learn to be accepted by others was a big step. I felt like I had accepted myself, but I didn't feel I was accepted. But little did I know, they were all willing to accept me. This is everyone I'm talking about, was willing to accept me. But I had to accept myself first, and then I had to allow them to accept me. Everyone saw it except for me. I felt like I was an outsider. And I was an outsider because I was making myself so. Very, very tricky and weird. And I don't know how we get there. I don't know how I got there. But it was through starting. I just had to start to try to resolve all of this craziness. And the first big milestone was self-acceptance. At least working towards it. Towards just being myself. All right, let's move. We're going to move just for the sake of moving. And we're going to move. Nope, not there. Let's go to the lake. Hopefully there's no frickin' bears out here. I got it. Carry a can of I'm going to be myself spray. That might help. In my experience so far, there are a lot of people that do not want others to realize and be who they are. It's scary for them because they're following the rules and they're being who they think they're supposed to be. And so when they see someone be themselves entirely, seemingly
without fear, they don't like it, and they want to stop people. And so we do have to fight for ourselves to allow ourselves to be ourselves. We can't listen to them telling us that we can't be ourselves, and we also can't listen to ourselves telling ourselves that we can't be ourselves, because we don't even know who we are if we're telling ourselves not to be ourselves. Is that part of ourself? Someone else? Someone says, don't be yourself, and then now we have this little part of us that says, don't be yourself, and then we listen to that. We can't listen to any of those people. We need the bear spray, aka the self-acceptance spray, the be yourself spray. Now, this kind of comes with a little caveat where if yourself is someone who hurts other people, well, you can't do that. And that's just a simple rule. And if you're hurting other people, well, trust me, that's not you. That's some stuff that happened to you. But there's an awareness factor to all of this as well. I catch myself all the time. I catch myself thinking, oh, that was weird, or that was stupid, or any form of judgment I could apply to myself. And I try to maintain an awareness of, did I do that for me or did I do that for someone else? And sometimes I'll do something because I want someone else to like me. And that's not always bad. If I'm trying to demonstrate that I get it, or I'm trying to demonstrate that I have this side of me that some people seem to like, but I don't usually let it out until they're close to me, and I want them to like me, that's okay. Because I do want people to like me, and you want people to like you. We all want people to like us. Even more intense than that, we all want love. That's what we really want. We want love from our family and our friends and all kinds of people. If we are doing something that betrays who we really are, then we've got a problem. But if I'm just trying to demonstrate a particular characteristic of my personality because I want someone to see that that's how I am, because I want them to like me, that's fine. It's totally fine. And as far as I'm concerned, life is a funny little game. And once I started recognizing that, it was far easier to practice all this stuff, because I'm just this weird guy in this weird game in this crazy world. What am I supposed to know? What does anyone expect from me or you or anybody? It's insanity out here. And we're all taking it so damn seriously that we won't even be ourselves. And that is fear. We are afraid to do it. Just like coming up this mountain, I was afraid. Not really anymore, actually. But I've been afraid for the last 45 minutes, and I'll be afraid again once it gets dark. It's just how it is. But I'm not going to leave. I didn't turn around. I'm not going to stop and go home. It's the same thing for being myself. It is scary sometimes. People will judge me. I might lose friends over it. But I'm going to do it. I have no other choice. I was under the impression my entire life that I couldn't love myself. That if I thought highly of myself, that meant that I was full of myself, or narcissistic, or egomaniac, or whatever. That's always what I was basically told, or at least I got the impression, and I didn't get that from nowhere. So I'm here to tell you, and remind myself, that it's okay to love ourselves. It's necessary that we love ourselves. It's necessary that we think highly of ourselves. It is absolutely necessary, because there is no other choice. I don't want to live my life thinking that everyone is better than me. I want to live my life knowing that everyone is exactly the same. Everyone is equal and very different, and the differences make the beauty. The differences are the magic. How do we love ourselves? I do not know how to tell someone how to love themselves. I don't know. But it's all linked. And I think it started happening when I stopped caring what other people thought. I accepted myself. I got to know myself to a certain degree, and I didn't care what anyone said about it. And if they accepted me, then I knew they were my people. And if they didn't accept me, they weren't my people. It was that simple. Damn it, I could have done it without the newspaper. I knew I shouldn't have used the newspaper, and then I convinced myself, it's probably better to use the newspaper, it'll be easier. It's not. I knew it wasn't.
it's so stupid. And now I have this smoke bomb going off and freaking newspaper's on fire and the wood's not. Damn it.
I really don't know how all this stuff works, or if all these pieces go together in any particular order. I really don't know. But I do know that they are the pieces. They're at least some of the pieces. Or at least this is what I've noticed. I think this is the way. I couldn't tell you exactly how, but these are the pieces. Add to it, subtract to it, but build and solve your own puzzle. You can do it. And remember, it's okay to love yourself. Do it.
Oh, and I didn't end up using that newspaper. I just did it the old-fashioned way, and I got it done. And man, am I proud of my work. It's a little guy. I knew it was going to be small. But I'm happy with it.